everyday self-sabotage. Okay, why do we do this to ourselves, guys? Before I got into the personal development stuff, like reading books and all these, I used to say to myself, okay, I know, okay, I understand what self-sabotage is, but I know I'm not doing it to myself. I know I'm cool. I'm relaxed. I'm a very calm person and all that. But then after reading this stuff, I actually opened my eyes. I was like, what the hell? I'm actually doing self-sabotage to myself every single day, and not every single day. It's like every hour or so. So it's something that every single one of us is doing every single day. We just don't notice it. So that's right. So now I can notice when I'm doing it myself. I was like, okay, let's stop it right there. All right. So I'm feeling like I'm doing this to myself. Wait up. So I just stop right there what I'm doing, what is making me feel like that or making me feel anxious or whatever, and I just do something else. But the trick is, like, the key is to actually start noticing those things. Okay, so that's awesome. So now the question is, why do we do this to ourselves, Andy?
Well, we have no structure to our thinking. So what happens is, we have a thought in our head, we allow it to bounce around, it knocks into other thoughts, and all of a sudden produces this negative thought. Where I was answering a question from somebody this morning and said, he was thinking about, he's got a fear of success, and he said, well, I don't want to become successful because that would mean, I might be in the public eye, and I don't think I'd like that. Well, if that's self-sabotage. It's, well, don't worry about it, because you're not going to be successful if you carry on thinking like that. So you can't succeed and think like that at the same time. It's you can't be pulling in two different directions. It goes one way. So the problem is that because I have as I've taught you, once you have a thought in your head, your thought either takes you towards where you want to go or it takes you away from it. There's no difference. It doesn't stand still. Yeah. It doesn't sit there and go, right, okay, well, I'm not, this thought about me being a bad person, that's not sitting still inside your head. It's taking you away from what you want. So while you sit there thinking, well, I'm a bad person, that's taking you away from what you want. As I say to people, you should always be delighted with yourself, no matter what you've done, no matter what's gone on, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you've just failed at. You should always be delighted with yourself, because there is no benefit in not being delighted with yourself. And that's it. It goes back to benefits-driven creature again. I'm always delighted with myself, even when I think, well, I haven't done that much. Well, so I've still done a lot, and that's it. So it's all, as soon as a negative thought comes up, so I haven't done much, then I think, well, hang on a minute, I've done quite a lot, actually. Yeah, because there's a structure to my thinking, because I've noticed it as a negative thought, and I've been able to stop it. And the problem is when you have no structure, and you don't realise the cost of these negative thoughts. That's the problem. People don't know that the negative thoughts are costing them. Yeah, because nothing stands still. And so they don't see a negative thought of, oh, I'm a bad person, or she won't like me, or whatever. They don't see the cost of it. And because they don't see the cost, they can't remove it. So whereas I look at it and I see it from a pure cost point of view. So I'll look at it and think, right, well, if something comes up, I used to say, well, I was at an event once, and they were discussing disappointment. I said, well, I don't get disappointed. And they said, well, that's ridiculous. Everyone gets disappointed. And I thought, no, what happens then? Because why don't I get disappointed? And I suddenly realised that I do get disappointed. But it comes in, I see the disappointment, go, well, this is no value to me, right? And that's it. So I'm not disappointed. Yeah. So it's there. It's not like I've overcome 100% of disappointment. The disappointment would come in. I would see it as valueless, and it's gone. That's it. So I don't get disappointed. Do you see what I mean? The problem is somebody would have the disappointment come in, and then they would delve into.
They open the door, come in.
Yeah, exactly, and that's self-sabotage.
Right. Awesome.
But exactly what you said, actually. You've just helped me a bit, because I was thinking, what shall I tell people in an email later today? And you're so true. People have no idea about the depth of the self-sabotage that's going on inside their mind. And I class you as a very positive thinking, forward-thinking person. And, for you to say that shows the depth that other people must be in with, the negative thinking that's trapped inside their minds. All sabotage.
There you go.
If someone wants to really up-level their standard of the quality of life, their vision of personal growth and achievement in terms of business success or family relationships or personal growth, I mean, it's phenomenal. It is transformative.
Since reading the books, I don't judge people. I don't worry about anything. I've got the techniques to, if anything comes into my mind, I think, well, that's not helping me. So I don't worry. I don't get stressed. I live in the now, and just a lot more peaceful. And I just feel that life's going the right way.
I have found out that things like stress, fear, anxiety, these things are illusions. And when situations come up in your life, if you can actually just refer back to at least learning those things that you've learned through the books, it makes your life much easier. It makes your life better, and it starts, in my case, to put me on a better path.
As everything really valuable in life, most things are really simple, and it's all about finding the things that you love to do, and the financial benefit is a byproduct of that. Yeah.
Who he is being just speaks volumes. There's a wisdom, there's a knowledge, and there's a real generous sharing of the heart that comes across that makes all the difference in the world.
So his philosophy is different to other personal development books because he shows the practical way of personal development or his concept.
And one useful thing I've done through reading the books is to actually stop watching TV like a robot, and it's freed up time for me to do things like read books, which I think will do me far more good than just sitting in front of the TV watching a whole string of programs that I never even remember or do me any good,
My mind had been shifted significantly. I understand more about a lot of things. My mind opened more, and I know for sure that by applying these techniques, I'm living my design.
I like the way he delivered it in simple language so that the lay person in it can understand.
There's a system in place that teaches, that shows us that if we, follow these steps and apply it with vigilance and commitment, it's possible to have a real powerful transformation.
Since I've read the books, my worries and fears have all gone. I am 100% happier, and I live my life to the full.
So it gives you a purpose and a sort of focus, and perhaps a start and end point, so you know exactly where you're going to. Because the hardest part of any journey is actually taking the first step.
So, yeah, I do know that it's going to change things radically on all fronts. Whatever you want can happen, actually.
Just do it. It's just to take you to that level. You'll know what you want, or if you don't know what you want, you'll know how to find out what you want. You'll know how to get the things that you want in your life, and you'll have great fun.
We can learn and understand things, but when we actually learn to know it and integrate it and apply it in what we're doing in our lives, anything is possible, and that is so exciting.